Hello, Devoted Geeks. Welcome to Geek Devotions, the show from Devoted Geeks. Are devoted to let you know you're loved. I'm Dalton. So glad you hit the play button today. Today, I'm joined by my good friends John and Drew. John of Random Encounters Gaming and Drew, the Cel Cast. And we're going to be going through the trailer for a new Dragon Ball series, Dragon Ball Diama, which I wanted to laugh at something earlier that John said before we started recording. And that's simply this. When we heard about it, he goes, "What do you call it? Dragon Ball Super Duper? How do you keep one-upping it?" That legitimately made me laugh, John. I want you to know that.
Well, we haven't had Dragon Ball Ultra yet.
It's true.
Did we not?
No, we had Ultra Instinct, which is in Dragon Ball, but it's not Dragon Ball Ultra.
It's not Dragon Ball Ultra, so
I thought there was something named Ultra. Not a series, but there was something in the...
there's the thing with the form where they can go Ultra Instinct that came up at the end of Super. And you see some of it in Brolly and in Superhero.
Oh, I think what it is.
Well, you don't see it in Superhero because Vegeta and Goku don't fight in Superhero.
What's up, Bobo?
Spoiler alert.
All right, so I'm going to hit play, and then we're going to pause every so often just to point out a few things as we see it play out throughout. That way, we're actually adding commentary to somebody else's work, and we're not just stealing people's work like some other YouTubers do. So let's get into it. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I realized that Dragon Ball came out the year I was born.
That's when the manga came out.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I realized that I'm as old as Dragon Ball is.
Same here.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, it makes sense. It's been around basically like I remember watching it when I lived in Missouri. So, all right.
You had it on a channel that I didn't even get the channel in the first place.
Barely, because I had rabbit ears. I knew how to point it just right with extra aluminum foil on it.
Yeah.
I went for years thinking Dragon Ball was a black and white cartoon. Because that's how it came through on my TV. Oh my gosh. All right, let's keep going.
Oh, I kept on playing. I don't even know where y'all are at now.
That was the funny thing for me, though, is I had cable or basic cable TV with my parents.
You
we
did.
Didn't get that channel.
Right?
So I don't know where it was coming from.
I appreciate this intro. It's showing like kind of through the ages of Dragon Ball.
The history.
It's giving people that nostalgia feel.
And by the way, how you should feel about knowing that it came out the year you were born is wizened and wizened and all-knowing. You were there from the start.
I was there from the start. That's so funny. So far, this intro, I really appreciate the way they do it because, it's like they're walking you through the history of Dragon Ball. They're trying to pull up people's nostalgia feelings, which I appreciate. It's a bit manipulative, but I do appreciate the technique. So I assume we're about to get to the actual thing.
It's just the history of the franchise.
Yeah.
Pleasant memories. Look back on before we see where we're going.
Right.
Say the art, the looks, the feel.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You see the evolution of it, considerably cleaner, far more defined, as it should be. You see that the series has grown with us as we've all matured. I paused on a really wicked scene of Brolly just now. Which did you guys watch the Brolly movie?
Oh yeah, I've watched both Brolly and Superhero. I just need to finish Super itself.
Yeah.
I saw both Brolly and Superhero in theaters.
Wow, very nice. John, have you seen the new Brolly movie?
Yes.
So it threw me off a little bit because I read quotation marks the Brolly manga, and by read I mean I looked at the pictures because it was in Japanese, and I do not speak Japanese. And then I had the original Brolly movie. And so it was really cool how they, as someone who grew up with Brolly, it was a really nice reworking of the character as a whole. I really appreciated that work, which I hope.
Taking out the stupid parts of that movie and keeping all the good parts.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting the way they changed it and a lot of the things they did, but yeah, they really changed a lot. And it was more than just that. Like, they had a few Brawly movies in the original. There was, because they did Bio Brawly, and I think there was like a Brawly Returns or something like that.
Yep, there was.
You had Brolly, the legendary Super Saiyan, the return of Brolly, and then Bio Brolly.
Yeah. So, but none of them were canon. This movie was actually the first canon appearance of Brolly.
Right.
So, like, to me as a fan of the franchise, in the last several years, again, I haven't had a chance to really watch Super much at all. But it makes me go, they care about the franchise. I know there's a lot of grief that we've given to Dragon Ball GT over the years. So, I'm curious what the new ones.
It's the weakest series. That's all it is.
It is the weakest series that is ignored by canon.
I mean,
everything is. We don't know if it's canon or not anymore because everything so far has taken place before the last 4 chapters of the manga. So, of Dragon Ball Z. So,
they pretty much specifically said that GT was in canon when they first did it, but it's no longer. When they came out with Super, they removed GT from the canon.
Yeah, they basically when they were airing Dragon Ball Kai, there was a lot of conversation about GT just being utterly ignored as a canon. So it got going back to the previous conversation. It got the Highlander 2 treatment. It was like, we're going to pretend like that didn't happen. They're not aliens.
It's sitting next to Dragon Ball Evolution on the shelf with no one looking at it.
Well, there was like Space Dr. Gero and Baby, and
right.
There was Little Kid
Goku. Pan was fun.
Yeah.
Each individual Dragon Ball became evil and sentient.
It got weird. It
was not Toei's writing at its finest. Because we know Akira Toriyama had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he was gone.
It was making content to make content, and they tried to take it back to Dragon Ball by making Goku a kid again.
Right.
And how
is
Goku's gone through all this and died 7 times. How do we make sure he keeps going? Let's make him a kid again.
Right. Absolutely. Hello, Disco. All right, let's keep watching the video. So we're in 2018. We're flash forwarding superhero. I need to watch this still.
My only problem with Superhero is they went 3D with the animation.
I gotcha.
All the way through.
Yep.
So if that's an issue, that's what you have to deal with.
I keep that in mind. All right, we're about to hit it. We're about to hit the actual 2023. What is happening with this Dragon Ball Diama? Let's go. $2024. It's raining. There's fire. Oh. Original work, story, character design. Oh, okay. All right. So is this saying that Toriyama worked on this, or is it just saying that it's based on his stuff?
Toriyama has stated he is working on it. He's written the story and some of the characters.
Okay. So Toriyama's involved.
He has put that on Facebook. So.
All right. It gets points from me already. All right. That's good. I appreciate the original creators have input on things. That's great. All right. What in the Pokemon was that? Who is this dude? He looks like
the suit kind of looks familiar.
He kind of looks like the short dude from the Tree of Might anime.
Oh, that narrows it down.
Well, you know, the Tree of Might movie from Dragon Ball Z. He's the bad guy. I figured
that's the Tree of Might you meant. I'm just trying to figure out which short dude.
The bad guy, the main bad guy that he fought. But he kind of looks like that, but no, he looks like an imp.
Purple guys.
Yeah. So, like, he's got like a fish face. I don't know what's happening here.
Well, race has never really been as important in Dragon Ball as the clothing.
Right.
Because if you look at the Kais and you look at just any sort of group, they all have a specific uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And then every single one is just a completely different alien. So
That's true. Whoever these guys are, they're clearly monitoring Goku and the crew. Like, that's clearly what's happening here.
And they got the magical staff there, which usually denotes some sort of
supreme being of some sort.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see
Somewhere
here.
in the bureaucracy that is the god system of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's a whole mess. All right, let's see here. A story. What is that face?
I think it's huge.
What is that?
Yeah. Well, that's the ship we just saw fly by, so...
Is that... It looks like Ponyo got mad. Like, what's happening here?
You did not give me ham.
You did not give me ham. Oh, my God. Magikarp.
Magikarp, you splash. For once, it's super effective.
For once. Oh, my gosh. Like, okay, so... I think this is the guy from that we saw the short dude we saw in the opening.
Yeah, it's that short dude.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's keep on. Whoa! Is that the Dragon Ball sleeving the?
No, they're summoning the dragon.
They're summoning dragon.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Oh, this is my favorite dragon for like I like this one better than like the gym junkie dragon they had for a while.
You mean Purunga?
Yeah, the dude needed to take a break.
Shenron to Purunga?
Yes.
Well, Purunga was the Namek dragon.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Namekian dragon.
I prefer Shenlong.
I love how you go straight to the actual Japanese name instead of what the Americans have been saying for years.
What have the Americans been saying? Am I saying it wrong all of a sudden?
You said Shenlong, which is the actual Japanese name for the character, but in America we've always called it Shenron.
That's because you played Final Fantasy VII. That's why.
Not where that comes from, dude. I watched Dragon Ball before I played Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, no, it translates to Shenron in English. I have no idea why, but yeah, Shenlong.
But it is based on the magical dragon from Chinese folklore named Shenlong.
Right.
Yes.
Right. All right. So let's keep this one. It looks great. Are they having diarrhea? What's happening here?
No, if you notice, it looks like they're trying to do the chibi thing again. They're putting them back to kids.
What is happening? Why are we going back to children mode?
Keep it going. Keep it going.
40th anniversary. Everyone's chibi.
I will say the chibi Hercule.
Everyone's being turned into children.
Except for Marin, who's already a child.
Right? Oh my gosh, look at Hercule. Why does Hercule look like the hero in a Dragon Quest game?
Probably because Akira Toriyama used that model for Dragon Quest hero.
Oh my gosh.
On my playthrough of 11, I called him Trunks. He looks more like 18.
He does. So let's go.
Hercule still looks like someone you'd want to push into a mud puddle.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That's who Hercule is supposed to be.
You're not wrong. Of course, he is bankrolling Goku this entire time at the same time. So, all right, let's see here.
Well, I mean, Videl is going out with Gohan, so married to Gohan, so.
And Goku through the Cell tournament.
Right.
He was there to see what really happened.
Actually, one of the things I love about the first episode of Super is Hercule comes up and says, "Oh, by the way, here's the Zenny I won that should have been yours."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I appreciated that too. Oh my gosh. So
the chibi, just that pause screen, the chibi Kais.
Yeah, I was trying to get back to it.
The thing is, we're saying chibi,
and Oxkey.
The fact of the matter is, because I'm a little farther ahead than I think y'all are. I think they're actually turned everyone into children.
No, I agree with you. It's just saying Chibi is so much easier.
Yeah.
So we got Bulma and Chi-Chi as Chibi. Let's see here.
I mean, Goten and Trunks up here.
Well, hold on. Go back real quick to Bulma and Chi-Chi.
I gotta go forward for that.
That's fine.
Do I gotta go forward? Nope, I go backwards.
Yeah, they're between right after Goku and Vegeta is them and the others.
There we go.
Okay, so if you look in the background, the wait staff are still adults.
Yeah, they are. So is it just the Dragon crew, the Z fighters and crew?
Except that Bulma and Chi-Chi,
they got the gods also. So
they got the gods. They got Bulma and Chi-Chi. It got Roshi and the Ox King.
The Kais anyway. We have no idea if it hit Beerus.
I like how. So
yeah, no, we were just talking about when we realized that you were gone about how the waiters were still adults in the background, but it didn't just hit like the Z team,
right?
It hit the Kais.
It hit the Kais. It hit Ox King. It hit Roshi. It hit Hercule.
Right.
Hit Chibi and Bulma. So,
yeah. So I see the Kais right there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let me go back to normal speed so I can catch back up a little bit. I slowed down to like half speed so we could pause on these characters. What is happening? Yeah, he got the staff back. That's cool.
Yeah, he's got the power pull back.
That's cool. Like, I think you guys are right. It's kind of like kind of the GT treatment.
Except maybe better.
Maybe the storytelling will be better.
It probably isn't going to be the same story, especially since they're getting all the kids. Everyone's getting kidified.
Right.
And one thing is it went by real quick, but it showed Supreme Kai and Goku sleeping in the same crib.
Oh yeah.
So as kids, they know each other, so it's not retconning anything.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems like it's like, yeah, there he is. Yeah, like it's continuing something.
It looks like it's definitely taking place after Super.
The only thing is that old Eye did kind of look like possibly Kami again.
Mm-hmm.
It looked old Namek for sure.
Right. Let's see here.
You don't think that means Goku ain't a Piccolo and
this guy right here? This guy was a villain in GT, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's Babidi.
Oh, he was at the end of Z.
Yeah,
he was in the Boo arc.
He was. Yeah, he's the one who released Boo.
Oh, right. Clearly, he hasn't de-aged.
Bibidi is Babidi's
that looks
son.
looks like it's part of the images that the tall purple guy was looking at.
Oh,
like it's looking.
Yeah,
at
you can see a difference in the artwork if you look at it.
Well, you see over here, it looks like there's like some sort of distortion taking place.
Yeah.
So you may be right. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that was the screen.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah. So who are these guys that they're watching? This guy looks like a Kai down here. This is interesting. They get big again?
Probably still watching things.
I get the feeling we might see like newly animated versions of famous scenes.
Yeah.
Which is fine, as depending on how they work it. Maybe they're having to go back in time and set everything right or something. I don't know.
This is going to be interesting. What does Daima mean?
According to Akira Toriyama, the closest thing it translates to is evil.
Dragon Ball evil?
Yeah. But the word is a made-up word.
Oh, interesting.
I posted a link to a letter that Akira Toriyama wrote to the fans in the anime thing, if you want to look at it.
All right, let me bring that up.
Which does some explanation.
Right. We'll see where we read this. Hello, I'm Akira Toriyama. I'm currently working on my new Dragon Ball. On a new Dragon Ball. The title is Dragon Ball Diama. Daima is a made-up term, which in Japanese characters would be, see Japanese, or in English would be something like evil. And it's the word like evil is interesting. Due to a conspiracy, Goku and his friends are turned small. In order to fix things, they'll head off to a new world. It's a grand adventure with intense action in an unknown and mysterious world. Since Goku has to make up for his petite size, he uses his power pole to fight something not seen in a long time. I came up with a story and setting as well as a lot of the designs. I'm actually putting a lot more into this than usual. Meaning he's like, I don't want to make fans angry, so I got to make sure this is really, really good. Things will unfold with the close that close in on the mysteries of the Dragon Ball world. Hope you enjoy the different from usual battles that are cute and powerful. I respect that.
Yeah. So if he's having to get out the power pole, I wonder if he can even go Super Saiyan anymore.
Oh. That's, I don't think we saw.
Something they didn't show, yeah.
They didn't show any Dragon Ball, did they?
None of the Saiyans went Super Saiyan in that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he also didn't have his tail still.
Oh, that's true. And I don't think I saw Goku as trail. I didn't see a Vegeta with a tail either. Any of those shots that we saw. That is fascinating. Let me come back over here.
I don't remember if Goku had a tail in GT.
He grew a tail when he went to Super Saiyan 4.
Well,
right, but I mean, his younger form.
His younger form, he had the tail, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to see.
I'll be honest, GT is the one I haven't watched more than like 5 episodes of.
That's fair. So I'm seeing the Goten and Trunks, and neither one of them appear to have a tail.
Well, they didn't have a tail to
Goten and Trunks never had a tail.
Neither did Gohan. Or yeah, Gohan did
have a tail.
Yeah. I thought that they did, but they had them removed as babies.
No, neither one were born with tails.
Okay.
No, Trunks and Goten didn't have them. Gohan had one, but only until a certain age. After the Saiyan saga, when he went to Namek, he didn't have it anymore.
Right.
Yeah, after Piccolo, after it gets removed, after he crushes Vegeta as the giant ape, it never grew back after that.
I gotcha. Yeah. All right, so I'm looking at this shot here with Goku rather, and he doesn't have a tail in this shot.
But the cat's still the same age. It didn't turn into a kitten.
Right?
Well, we also have no idea how old Cochran is.
That's true.
So if it reversed everyone back 20 years, that's connected. I don't know. That's just a guess on my end.
Right. No tail shown here. I can't get a good shot of the kid form of Vegeta. But
yeah, they really don't do a full body Vegeta.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like there's anything to tell us that suggests they would have tails. So I'm going to assume that they've been reverted to a small size, not age.
Yeah.
Well, and that's not even... I don't even know on that, because, again, it affected Trunks and Goten.
Right. That's true.
It
did, didn't it?
Made them
they were babies.
So
that's
I think
true.
It did de-age them, but...
And the other thing is, we don't know if this is after Super or if it's after GT, if they consider GT canon now. Just throwing that in there.
That's a point. That is a point. Amy Brenner saying that her family liked GT.
The last chapters of Z, because there are like 4 chapters that take place after Super.
Well, I don't even remember the Kai's being in GT.
Like I said, I didn't watch much of GT, so
I'm trying to remember. I watched
all I remember is
Vegeta
had a mustache.
Yeah, he did do that.
That was a thing.
I mean, Vegeta and Bulma also had a daughter too.
Yeah, Bola.
And not.
Yeah,
in
be
the
very
series
careful how
yet.
you say that name.
Well, I mean, it does translate to something very specific. Her name's Bra.
Yeah.
Well, Burra, but yes.
Well, that's because that's how they pronounce it, but it's Shrunk. It's Bulma Briefs.
It's because all of
Trunks
the Briefs family is named after
Bra
underwear.
Briefs,
Yeah. All right, so just like flat, like, what do you guys think? Are you guys down for Dragon Daima? Like, how do you suspect this is going to go for you guys?
Honestly, the only thing with GT wasn't turning Goku back into a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the fact that it went to such big extremes, going from, well, what do we do now to one up ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
What do we do now to do something different?
Yeah.
Let's do Red Ribbon Army in space. Let's do Space Shiro. Let's do Baby. Let's do the evil sentient Dragon Balls, the evil sentient Ultimate Dragon, and all these steps that they took, and that's what made it ridiculous.
Right.
I think in this, they're still keeping consistent with the characters. Even if they're putting them all into child form, I don't think that's necessarily an issue. It's what do they do with the story? Where do they take things?
Mm-hmm.
How outrageous does it get?
Right.
And in that sense, I'm definitely willing to give it a chance. Super has done some weird things, but has stayed fairly consistent and stayed true to the Dragon Ball formula. And, knowing that Akira Toriyama's taken point in this, had a huge part in this.
Right.
I'm hoping that it keeps that consistency and sticks to what they do well. So I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Drew, how about you, man?
For me, it's going to come down to the writing.
Mm-hmm.
As long as this is on par with what we were seeing in Super, I think we'll be fine. And I would be there. I'm going to be there day and date when the new show comes out anyway, assuming that we don't get the delay like we got with Kai and Super on this, and that's neither here nor there.
Right.
So yeah, I'm down to watch this, and I'm hoping the writing is right there where it was with Super and Brolly. Maybe not so much superhero, but yeah, I mean this could be very good.
Yeah,
it could also be a dumpster fire if things go south. So it could go either way at this point because we know literally nothing.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I'm with you guys. Like, I'm hoping that it has good writing. My concern is, all right, so I watched some Dragon Ball. I had that in my context already. Found Dragon Ball Z on that random channel that I got in black and white. And I was following. There were things I didn't quite understand, but I followed most of it. But when I finally caught up on Dragon Ball itself, things made more sense, which is why I appreciate Dragon Ball Kai, because it brought in stuff from Dragon Ball and explained what was happening. And I appreciated that. Super does an okay job of new audience being introduced to certain things. If they make Dragon Ball Diama where I don't have to the whole history of Dragon Ball in my context at all times, I think it's going to do well. As popular as Dragon Ball is, I think they need to do something where new people who come into the franchise can jump on and can rock with it. Because at this point, they're starting to get to the point where, well, like Gundam, they had this issue where some of the younger generation, they're like, Dragon Ball are Gundams for old people. Like it's an old person's anime. And so that's why what they did what they did with Gundam, which were Mercury. They were trying to appeal to a different audience to get younger people in. They made a new entry point into the franchise as a whole that didn't require you to have the history of everything. Within Dragon Ball, though, they're not going the Gundam route where they can just make a different universe. That would be very weird if they just make a different universe. They're going to have to do enough to keep new people in, but keep old farts like us who are as old as the anime invested. So I don't know. It's right now, until we have more information, I think it's a coin toss. I'm willing to rock with it, figure it out. Well, for those of you guys on the YouTube side, we want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this? Are you excited about this new Dragon Ball? Do you have concerns? Leave comments and let us know, because I'd love to hear from you guys. So until next time, stay devoted, peace and love.